Welcome to another episode of the Wood Couture podcast, a rapid fire edition to celebrate the launch of the Global Hospitality Talks in Los Angeles next week. And to celebrate this occasion, we have the one and only Tristan Du Plessis, the owner and principal of Du Plessis Studio. Welcome to the Wood Couture podcast.
Thank you so much, Filippo.
Great. It's a pleasure to have you, and we want to get started. And obviously, we are very curious. As an award-winning designer, what's your advice you give to the young guns that come to the job?
Well, I think the most important thing that I usually say is trying to find your own voice, trying to find your own narrative and what you want to create with your work. And I usually find that once you find your own voice, people start to listen. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is that, find out what makes you unique and lean into that.
So would you go with the flow, or would you advise them to create their own style?
Create your own style. Absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, at the beginning, you need to leverage other people's styles and maybe try a few things out, other people you look up to, but always try to navigate that and add your own story into it. And find out what you like. And once you find out your style and what means something to you and makes you tick, then elevate that and make it your own.
Have you always known your own style, or how did you find, saying, hey, this is my directions? What was your approach?
It's just, I didn't go out looking for it. It's just something that came with the first project that I did. And the style that I uncovered is I wanted to create something unique for every project. So I have a style of storytelling, which is really important, that we don't just create spaces that look good. They tell a story and they make you feel something. And I think one of my first projects that I did really had that effect on people. And that emotional connection has always been really important to me. And some people obviously, they highlight other things, it could be beauty or technical marvel, but I just appreciate emotional connection to spaces, and I work that into my own personal style.
A lot of the people that I talk to on your amazing creations, the keyword resound is authenticity. They say your design is very authentic. I must admit, this is the common feedback I get, when they describe you, which is great. I think it's
that's amazing. That's obviously something I think one should always aim to be, as authentic.
So a true Tristan design, so they know it's you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And listen, talking about hospitality, what do you think are the challenges right now in the hospitality industry?
I think there's challenges as well as opportunities. I think the major challenge, as owners and developers start look at projects from a solely commercial perspective, is that there's a lot of sameness. So there's a lot of rinse and repeat, copy and paste design, which is one of the things that the guests don't respond well to. Obviously, designers, we don't appreciate that, and it creates a bit of a lull. But on the other side of that, there are owners and developers that see this trap and don't fall into it, and understand that it's really important to create properties that are unique and stand on their own and give people a reason to visit and put a smile on their face. So I think with the negative aspect, which is a lot of the sameness, because of all this overwhelming information that we get, we see so many different projects and a lot of trends coming through. There are certain outliers who want to create new and interesting projects. So I think there's a shadow of things that are negative, but there's such a more beautiful silver lining to that, and we're seeing so many amazing new projects coming out in the world as well.
Great. Last but not least, and why is important to gather people like yourself to events like the Global Hospitality Talks?
I think it's always good to meet people in the industry, especially physically. because I find like now we're having this conversation and it's beautiful, but it's very direct. You know, there's the questions that you want to ask and the questions that I'm going to answer. What's beautiful when you meet in person is between all those questions and answers, you connect and you might form new ideas or get new information from other people. So I like the space in between at a conference like the one that we're attending next week. So I'm really looking forward to meeting and sharing ideas and, you know, just understanding where everyone's at. I think it's really important to stop off at these little places. And there's always little spurts of growth and inspiration and ideas that come out of it.
Right. Finally, if I put on a big white canvas on top of this Hollywood Hill where the big sign is, what message would you write in there that everybody can see?
I think especially in Hollywood, be authentic.
By Tristan Du Plessis.
Be authentic.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I love that.